Wow, so this was supposed to be a 0 day, but we ended up hiking, I don't know, 1.5 or 2 miles between the Fontana Marina and the top of the dam. And I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures now while it's a beautiful clear day, because tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day. And Fontana Lake is gorgeous.
This is, when they open this up and the water comes into here, there's so much water going down there, it shoots, they shoot 250 to 300 feet.
Wow. So the dam over here is huge. You just can't see it all from here.
You can walk out there and see. He's sleeping, he's comfortable, he's hunting.
Good morning. It is 5:15 a.m. and the 0 day is over. This bad storm with the high winds last night left the resort without power, so we are here with our headlamps trying to get packed up, and we're gonna have to figure out the situation. We're worried that we won't even be able to get to the trail because of trees over the roads, or once we get to the trail, it may be covered in trees. It's raining really hard, and our ride to the trail is sometime just before 7 a.m., which will be barely even daylight, if at all. So this should be an interesting morning. Okay, good morning. So we are back here at the top of the Fontana Dam. Disco's husband dropped us off. It's about 7:30 a.m. The first shuttle out of the lodge was not till 9 o'clock, and we're probably a mile ahead of them because we did about 1.5 miles yesterday on our what was supposed to be the 0 day. So anyway, it's clearing off to the south, and where we're heading into the Smokies is looking pretty ominous. However, the radar and what weather we could get looks like it should all be cleared up by 9 a.m. So by the time we get to climbing over there, we should be good. Fingers crossed. Get back to you in a bit. We're walking across the Fontana Dam. It's like a rite of passage for a thru hiker going into the Smokies. Here's the dam. I'm a little bit nervous to lean over too far. And man, isn't that pretty? Wow, look how ominous those clouds are. It's almost official. Here's the Smoky Mountain sign. All right, seeing the first deer of the trip. There are 3 deer just as we're entering the Smokies. Right here. Not even to the permit drop box. Good signs. It's getting real now. This is where the AT re-enters the woods and the famous AT thru hiker permit box. Come along, you gonna put yours in? All right, my turn. We're entering the Smokies on 3/31. The box is pretty full. I don't think they're cleaning it out all that regular. All right, we're legit going in the Smokies. This is Shuck Stack Fire Tower. We're still a good ways from it. Let's see if we can't zoom way in. Okay, so Shuck Stack was the best view that I had on my entire section hike last year. And I can't wait to get up there and see what it looks like today. There's a side trail we'll have to take to get up Shuck Stack. So once I get to the junction of the side trail, I think I'll probably shuck my rucksack and climb up Shuck Stack. Say that 10 times fast. All right, ready? I know you're doing it. Shuck my rucksack and climb up Shuck stack. All right, go ahead, 10 times. It's your homework until I get to the top. All right, we made it up to the top, well, the base of Shuck stack. So this is an old, I guess the guy who used to be paid to watch for fires. The chimney still stands. And part of the foundation is there. All right, I'm gonna go up top. Okay, I'm gonna show you the floor. Sorry, Mom, but I gotta do it. I gotta come up. Okay, let's look out here. Look at the clouds. We're kind of right about the same level as the clouds. Now, some of these window panes are still in and some are broken. Wow, it's just incredible. So that's part of Fontana Lake. And then, let me see if I can get over here without falling down through the hatch. So back down there is the big part of Fontana Lake. And there's the dam. Wow. Just incredible. This is Molly's Ridge Shelter, the first shelter in the Smokies, coming from the south. So aside from the first big climb that lasted, I don't know, almost 5 miles, today has been pretty dang magical. All these little white flowers have been starting to pop, and I'm on a very rare, somewhat flat, it's only slightly uphill trail right now, and I just thought I'd stop and video and enjoy it. It's just a short little ridge walk. And this is a rare, just heavenly, nearly flat trail. Hello, hello. First day in the Smokies is over. Okay, so hit a pretty big climb this morning. Other than that, it was kind of just rolling, pretty decent terrain. We did end up climbing a little over 4,000 feet today, and it was the longest day so far. We did 15 miles. But you know, we got to go up a Shuck Stack Fire Tower, and that was so incredible this morning. The other thing, we were anticipating based on the weather forecast that it was going to rain all day, and it did not rain at all. Everything cleared up, and it was pretty much blue skies all day. A little bit breezy here and there, but not bad. All right, I think we're going to do a shorter day tomorrow. I think we're only going to do 9 or 10 miles because most of the crew we've been hiking around, we think, are 3 miles behind us. So if we cut our day a little bit shorter tomorrow, we should be back with that group because we really don't know anybody at this shelter today. And it's kind of like a frat house rolled in, and now they're trying to make a fire in the fireplace in the shelter, and it's almost hiker midnight, so we need our old crew back. Stat. Okay, have a good night. See you in the morning. All these little plants down low are covered nice this morning. I don't know if you can even notice it here. All coated nice. Alright, it's too cold to do a very long video right now. I'll get back to you in a bit. I've warmed up enough that I could set this camera up real quick. I know, I'm hoping you can see with the camera this way, all the little ends of the tree limbs are all covered nice. I'll try to get some better pictures from the main camera when I start walking from here. So we had a pretty good night. Most of us that were around stayed in the shelter. It held 15, and I think it was pretty packed. It's not really that cold. Somebody had a thermometer and said it was 30 degrees. There was some ice on my food bag this morning. But the air is very moist. There was lots of mist. We were in a cloud at 7:30 or so this morning. Now it's, I don't know what time it is. I think it's, my guess is just a little before 9. We were the last ones out of camp. There was 5 of us, but we're all only doing 9 miles today because both groups, there's 2 and then us 3. Most of the people we've been hiking around were 3 miles behind us, so we thought if we only did 9 today, we'd all end up back in the same place with them. So one thing I don't know that I've explained before, the Smokies are a little different because there's no stealth camping. You're required to camp at their designated campsites. So it's kind of like you don't get to just go however far you want to go. Sometimes you may have to go a little shorter or a little longer than you'd like just because of the way the campsites are outlined. And I think the Smokies are pretty much the only part of the trail that have those requirements. Let's see what else is there. Other than a slight breeze and cold this morning, it's been a great day. So I've probably only done a mile, and it's been one hand in my pocket and one hand on both trekking poles and then switching as I lose the feeling in my fingers. So overall, it's chilly, but it's not that bad. It only hurts a little. All right, I'll get back to y'all in a little bit. There, we can see the ice a little better and all the trees now zoomed in. So it's really pretty. It's almost like somewhat of a winter wonderland minus the snow. The rhododendron appear to have just like given up to the cold. Every leaf is just sagging straight down. And they're coated in little pieces of ice. Man, it's a beautiful morning. Wow, check this out. All the ridges in the mountains over there are covered in ice. The clouds are covering the top of it. But man, that's pretty. Man, this is beautiful. We got to the top, it's sunny. That side's still covered in ice. And this side's like a different season. Wow. Good morning. It's worth the cold. The trail has just been magical this morning. The sun was just out for a second, but it just got covered by the clouds. I don't know if you can see in this camera or not, but there's snow flurries. And it's like just a magical little trail that leads, I would say, off into like a fairy tale land, but it's probably straight up that mountain. So, all right, I just wanted to share this view. So I've been climbing for a while. It's just purely beautiful this morning with all this ice. And let me tell you, I'm less than 0.2 from the top of Rocky Top. You are all lucky I don't know the song because this is incredible and I'd have to sing it. I'm in Tennessee on the top, the very top, standing on a rock of Rocky Top. You know, like Rocky Top, Tennessee. Yeah, I know I can't sing. And here's what you all really want. The view from Rocky Top. Let's see if I can spin and do a 360 here. The clouds right there, I don't know if you can see it, almost looks like smoke as it moves across the top of this other mountain. You can see where the sun is hitting different parts of the mountains and has already melted all the ice in the trees. There's a lot more ice on that side. Wow, that's worth the climb. It's crazy, such a winter wonderland. days like this make the cold and the rain and the sleeping on the uneven ground all worth it. Today has been magical. Yeah, it's a little chilly, but magical nonetheless. Man, look at this trees just covered in ice. There's the trail. Here's where I am, and that's where I came from. Right there. Man, look at that. Woo! This sure beats work any day. Doesn't pay as well, but it sure is pretty. Hey, good evening. Man, it was a cold morning, but an incredible day. There's a couple really good views and all the ice. It was awesome. We only did 9 miles today. I was the first one to this camp area. Got here at about, I think, 2:30 or maybe 3 o'clock. Pretty much everybody that we were with before last night or have all caught up, and there are tents everywhere here. It's just this little small area and it's packed. There is a shelter back, and you can see the top of it there. There's several people in there as well. But anyway, tomorrow's a huge day. I am at mile 190 right now. So tomorrow will be Clingmans Dome, which is the 200-mile mark on the Appalachian Trail. All right, good night, everybody. Good morning, man. Had a good night's sleep. A lot of people there last night. Part of my crew got up really early, like an hour before it even started getting light, because we all wanted to get to Clingmans Dome about the same time. This is the earliest I've actually been hiking, and that's usually my favorite thing. I love to start hiking before daylight so I can watch the sunrise as I'm hiking. It's just been too cold so far to do that very many times. So today it is chilly, but it's not bad. It was supposed to be like 31 last night was the forecasted low. I don't think it is quite freezing. I mean, it's cold, but it doesn't hurt like yesterday. I am wearing shorts. Yesterday I left with my tights, my shorts, and rain pants over those. So I don't know, my guess is it's slightly breezy and probably 36-ish is just my guess. I think it's probably a pretty close guess though. All right, I'm gonna get to hiking some more, and we got Clingmans Dome today. Huge milestone, I cannot wait. I'm super excited. That's probably why we're all up and going. I got out of my tent at like 2 a.m. and the stars were incredible. I didn't have my phone out of the tent with me, and I don't know how well that would have taken anyway. And then you can also see Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, the lights off in the distance. So it was a beautiful night. All right, more to come today. Stay tuned. Walking along this morning and found a really weird looking tree, and it has a hole right in it that looks like a heart. This is another type of enchanted looking forest, about 3 miles from Clingmans Dome, which means we've been climbing some more. Clingmans is the highest point on the Appalachian Trail and the 200-mile mark. We're about 2.5 miles from Clingmans Dome, and it looks like it's some kind of crazy jungle. It's thick, some kind of evergreen forest, and it's covered in moss. Let me zoom in a little bit. Everything we can see is just covered in moss. And yeah, I chose the video right here because we've been climbing, and this is a short flat spot before we go up again. It's incredible. Another incredible view. And we are currently 1.1 from Clingmans Dome. I've only gone another couple hundred yards since that last view, And the terrain of the Smokies just changes so much. Now, let me zoom in. The fire that's been burning, one of them, I think is right over there. Now, I'm guessing that's at least 15 or more miles from here, I'm assuming. I'm 0.6 from the top of Clingmans Dome. I'm stopped here and I'm waiting for Disco and come along so we can get to the 200-mile mark together. And I've just been standing here taking in the view, and I'm going to show you in a second. But it is incredible. Like, this is why I'm here. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling very grateful, and I'm going to be super excited when I get to the 200-mile mark in a minute. And here's the view. This is the trail that I'm going on. And I think Clingmans is just on the other side of this. I think this is the mountain. It should just be on the other side of it. I was wrong again. I thought the mountain I was climbing was that side of Clingmans Dome. But it's not, because I've got over that and I'm starting to head down. And I'm going to show you what I see in the distance. That's Clingmans Dome. There's Clingmans Dome. Now, they were supposed to have opened the road to cars on April 1st. And today is a Saturday and it's decent weather. It's almost 60 degrees. So we thought it was going to be overrun by tourists. Word on the trail this morning is that all the roads in the park are closed through April 8th for to clean up the damage from all the wind storms and the current fires that are going on. So when we get there, we may have it all to ourselves. We did it, made it 200 miles on the Appalachian Trail at Clingmans Dome. So I realized walking up here that today is April 2nd, and on April 2nd last year, I started my section hike. And I actually got the name Lil'Chap that same day. So 1 year later, I'm 200 miles in as a thru hiker. Let's go look up top. So there is a 200-mile marker here. What do you think?
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Piece of cake.
It's cake walk, right?
Disco says piece of cake. All right. Here's the view from the top. That's the fire over there. Okay, 200 was a big milestone. Glad to have that behind us. Now, I got to the side trail to go to the shelter, which is a half of a mile off trail. Yes, you heard that right, a half mile off trail. Actually, it's 0.4 to the shelter, and then the water is another 0.1. So we have to do an extra half mile just to get to a camp area. And you know what that means? We got to do another half mile in the morning. That doesn't count for anything. Okay, so it's been a good day. I've showed you the highlights already with the 200-mile mark and Clingmans Dome. Hopefully, I know there's quite a few people already coming this way, and then there's quite a few more behind me. So I'm hoping there's plenty of tenting space here and I don't have to sleep in a shelter. And I'll get back with you all in the morning.